major train accident has occurred in the border region of West Bengal involving the Shalda-bound Kanchanjunga Express. The train collided with a goods train between Rangapani and Nijbari. Several coaches of the Kanchanjunga Express have been derailed, severely impacting rail operations. There are unconfirmed reports of injury to a few persons in the accident that took place at around 9 a.m. this morning. The incident took place when the Kanchanjunga Express, running approximately an hour late, was stationary on the tracks and was struck from behind by a freight train. This collision resulted in significant damage to 3 coaches. Railway authorities have diverted multiple trains to different stations in response to the incident. Currently, 5 have been dead and several injuries have been reported. Bengal's Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee took stock of the situation and expressed her grief and said, and I quote, "Shocked to learn just now about a tragic train accident." DM, SP, doctors, ambulances and disaster teams have been rushed to the site for rescue, recovery, medical assistance. Action on war footing has been initiated. Also, Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav also analyzed the situation and said that NDRF and SDRF teams are working on the accident site in close coordination. The injured are being shifted to hospitals. Senior officials have reached the site. Let's now listen to all the reactions coming in.
यहाँ मतलब हम लोग जब सुबह की आज तो हम लोग का बकरा ईद है। जब हम लोग नमाज पढ़ के बाहर निकले तो हम लोग को मतलब खबर आया कि हमारे यहाँ 2 किलोमीटर अंदर एक ट्रेन दुर्घटना हुई है। तो हम लोग जो है मतलब इसको तो लाइव नहीं देखा, हम लोग सुना, फिर जगह मतलब जब हम लोग को पता चला फिर हम लोग यहाँ स्पॉट आके अभी देख रहे हैं। ये तो जो है बहुत
क्या देख रहे हैं आप, क्या नजर
यहाँ तो मतलब जो है एक ट्रेन शायद खड़ी हुई थी और एक ट्रेन आके जो है इनसे टकरा गई। शायद एक ही पटरी पे शायद एक ट्रेन खड़ी थी या जा रही थी, शायद स्लो थी, और मतलब एक ट्रेन आ रही थी, आके जो है मतलब ऐसी दुर्घटना हुई है। शायद 1-2 जो है डेथ बॉडी मैंने अभी देखा है। हाँ, वहाँ एक लोको पायलट जो है वहाँ तो अभी अटकी हुई है वहाँ पे भी।
स्थिति अभी थोड़ा गंभीर है। ये आप देख रहे हैं कंचनजंगा एक्सप्रेस है, ये पीछे यहाँ पे खड़ा था और पीछे से एक मालगाड़ी आके उसको ठोक दिया। 3 बॉगी अभी तक डिरेल्ड हुआ है, 5 फैटलिटी हुआ है, कैजुअलिटी हुआ है 5। अभी तक हम रेस्क्यू कर लिया है। और मालगाड़ी का जो आगे का इंजन है वहाँ पे गैस कटर लगेगा। आरपीएफ भी आगे है, हम लोग लोकल पीएस से आगे है। 5 का मौत हुआ है अभी तक। ठीक है,
इंजर्ड हुआ है?
इंजर्ड अभी तक 25 to 30 नियरली, बट द इंजुरीज आर नॉट फैटल। We have already rescued them with their luggages এবং এখানে हम लोग लोकल का एम्बुलेंस भी हम लोग अरेंज कर चुके हैं। ठीक है, वो जो पैसेंजर्स हैं हम लोग उन लोग को बाहर निकाल के एक यहाँ पे एक मदरसा में कैंप भी सेटअप किया है, वहाँ पे लेके जा रहे हैं और वहाँ से फिर आगे बास लेके एनजीपी तक लेके जा रहे हैं।
कैसे हुआ था सर इंसिडेंट, कैसे हुआ था?
इंसिडेंट पीछे से मालगाड़ी आके ये कांचनजंगा जो एक्सप्रेस है, मालदा कांचनजंगा एक्सप्रेस है, इसको पीछे से कॉलिशन हो गया। ठीक है।
And now we have our correspondent Prashanjit joining us on the phone line for more. Prashanjit, बताइए ये जो दुर्घटना घटी है अभी लेटेस्ट अपडेट क्या है उधर से, आप if you can tell us.
Please say that.
Right, we are yet to connect to Prashanjit. We have my colleague Kabir Naqvi now joining us live from the newsroom with the latest. Kabir, talk to us. What is the latest that you're picking up?
Well, right, Krishna. I mean, even as we're looking at all these visuals of, those mangled coaches of the Kanchanjunga Express, all the authorities, the local authorities, the NDRF, the SDRF, of course, railway officials are also present on the ground. The local police, needless to say, has also been rushed. Ambulances, just like we heard the police official, everybody has been rescued and evacuated from that hit train. But needless to say, it is a tragic accident. Krishna, 5 people have lost their lives, and that number, well, we don't know at this point in time. Earlier, it was being told that 2 people have lost their lives. Now it's confirmed that 5 people have lost their lives and about 20 to 25 people are critically injured. It's important to note that this was actually Kanchanjunga Express. This was a Sialda bound. Needless to say, it's scorching heat, summers. For a little bit of reprieve, people do visit the northeastern belt, the hill state, which is why this particular train, which is an everyday passenger express, also has a lot of tourists on it, Krishna. Now, this is the goods train that crashed into the standing Kanchanjunga Express in the border region of West Bengal. Of course, you rightly pointed out that Bengal Chief Minister and the Union Railway Minister, they've reacted to the entire tragic situation. 2 coaches of the Kanchanjunga Express have been derailed, Krishna, which is why we're looking at these mangled coaches of the train, suspended up in air, because the goods train came from behind, apparently overran a single, is what initial investigation is telling us. Is it a human error, or is it a technical glitch? Well, we'll have to wait and find out for that. And of course, a lot of cacophony and controversy will be created over that. But at this point in time, relief of those people who were on that train, and of course the driver of the goods train, all of that has to be ascertained. At this point in time, what we're picking up is that the goods train that was coming from behind when the Kanchanjunga Express was stranded and standing all alone, it hit it from the back, most probably overran a particular light signal, and that's why 2 coaches got derailed. You see them hanging up in the air. Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, she's again responded by saying that on war footing, relief and rehabilitation is going to be carried out in terms of evacuation, in terms of all the SDRF and disaster relief that is needed at this point in time. More damage, as you can see on the visuals as well, Krishna, more damage on the goods train rather than the Kanchanjunga Express, which is again good, because we've seen a real hefty train accident just last year in Odisha. And in the same year, we saw how 2 colliding fast-speed trains off the coast of Italy and Greece, how they collided, and that ended up in a huge, humanitarian disaster. Now, the Kanchanjunga Express, let's talk about the train as well for the benefit of the viewers, Krishna. The Kanchanjunga Express is a daily train. It connects Bengal with the northeastern cities of particularly Silchar and Agartala. So an important train, like I just mentioned, for tourists as well. Now, and this route is in the Chicken's Neck corridor, which is again strategically very crucial, because it's a Chicken's Neck, not a lot of area. So a stranded train and a train accident on one of those tracks means a disconnection from the northeastern part to the rest of the mainland. The Kanchanjunga Express is frequently used by tourists, like I mentioned before, to travel to Darjeeling in particular. The accident comes at a time. Of course, we also heard one of those people, first responders, like we call them, that it is Bakri Eid today. A lot of Muslim population in the area as well. They rush to the train. It's happening on the day of Bakri Eid. A lot of passengers might have been traveling to Darjeeling. The accident comes at a time when Kolkata and, neighboring South Bengal are reeling under, a particularly sultry summer, and of course rain spells as well. We just had a cyclone also go past West Bengal. So near Sikkim area, the mud is going to be loose as well. So many people still stranded because of the floods that have been wreaking havoc in that area. So all in all, it seems like, that train was caught between the devil and the Dead Sea and the deep sea. According to the information so far, the goods train, like I mentioned, had overshot the signal and crashed into the Kanchanjunga Express. Teams of NDRF, SDRF have reached the spot. Ashwini Vaishnav has now reacted to the situation. He's taking a close look at the entire situation, monitoring it from the railway room in the national capital. Sialda Eastern Railway has now set up control desk at the Rangapani station after the Kanchanjunga Express's news came about, and the entire NFW zone has been put on high alert. One factor which managed to limit the human loss, and it's again crucial to look at this, Krishna. One particular factor that has managed to limit the human loss is that these 2 coaches that we see derailed and suspended up in the air are the rear coaches of the Kanchanjunga Express, and these 2 coaches were full of cargo and goods. No passenger was seated. It wasn't a pantry car. It wasn't an engine car that could have led to fire or something like that. It was a cargo coach, both of these coaches, which is why there's less damage and loss of human lives. The railways have meanwhile released the helpline numbers, which are constantly flashing on our screens. 5 people that have succumbed to the injuries and this tragic accident, Krishna. 20 to 25 people critically injured. Numbers are going to be sketchy. We'll have to tread carefully, but this is the latest that we're picking up. A crucial train, a crucial point in time, and a crucial train track as well, Krishna.